What you see is not necessarily what there is. That there's more to life, more to reality than what we see, feel, hear, and think. That there are more dimensions in the universe. There are more dimensions amongst us. This space that seems empty is not empty at all.
I am an eye. I show you a world the way only I can see it. I free myself for today and forever from human immobility. I'm in constant movement. I approach and pull away from objects. I fall and rise with the falling and rising bodies. This is I, the machine, maneuvering in the chaotic movements, recording one movement after another in the most complex combinations. My way leads towards the creation of a fresh perception of the world. Thus I explain, in a new way, the world unknown to you.
Those individuals in whom the flame of the spirit runs high, all fire and radiance, they're the extraordinary expression of human life. Observe that this is no normal, ordinary cataloging. This is something abnormal. This is something supernormal, supercharged, that it has a meaning beyond it, do you see? That it's a divine intoxication. There is the balance, there's the risk, there's the challenge. You know, it's live or perish. And live, I mean by that, up to your maximum, you see. We can't live anymore on this, shall I say, mediocre scale on which we've been living. Very saintly men have the desire and they act on it too. They goad people. They have to give them a nudge. They have to give them a poke. They have to jab them to awaken them, you see. How they do that out of kindness. And they do that to make them aware of themselves, of their potentialities. There is nothing mean about or contemptuous in it, you see, but it's only to make everyone realize what he is potentially capable of. Most of us are living far below our potential.
You can't be outside peeking in. You've got to be involved physically. Without an audience, you can be off on the move, using all kinds of environments. mixing in the supermarket world, never worrying about what those out there in the seats are thinking. And you can spread your action all around the globe whenever you want. Traditional art is like college education and drugs. It's fed to people who have to sit on their butts for longer and longer amounts of time to get the point. And the point is that there's lots of action somewhere else, which all the smart people prefer to just think about.
Hey, tell your friends that don't want to talk to me that they need to not run red lights. I just saw you guys run 3.
All right.
You know how many tickets that is?
A lot.
Yeah,
very expensive.
A lot. It's called staying alive.
Okay.
How about you try it?
I'll try it, sir.
That's the real death. Not this death when you depart the body, but being dead while you're alive. That's real death, I think.
I don't know, am I bleeding? Dude, I got clipped on that intersection pretty bad.
Woo! Oh damn, kid. Chaz, buddy, you got some rash.
He didn't see me. I was all the way around him and he just caught my back wheel. I think the bike's fine. I lost my fucking water bottle.
I lose that at the second checkpoint.
The blood is good.
We got evidence is there. You're one of the reasons I became a messenger, man.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, man.
It's a journey, and that journey is the point. It's what it does to you in the taking you somewhere that it's about.
Take it easy. Enjoy every moment. Much drinking, feasting, do you see? And bicycle rides, as I say. They are souls who, even if they do not express it in terms of faith in a religious way, really they are moving like religious figures, do you see? They do not complain and they get the most out of it.
There are totally different ways to think about these kinds of situations. In this traffic, all these vehicles stuck and idling in my way, you get to decide how you're going to try to see it. If you've really learned how to think, how to pay attention, then you will know you have other options. It will actually be within your power to experience a crowded, hot, slow, consumer hell type situation as not only meaningful, but sacred, on fire with the same force that lit the stars.
liberated spirit of not being enslaved by the stupidities or by the rules of the machine of today. The big thing is to keep the flame, keep your own flame going.
Take a chance. Go near to the edge.
What a fucking ride. We went to heaven and back because it was beautiful. I can't even describe the feeling. Like right away, us four just started wolfing. What I really enjoyed the most about this race was the fact that we were all gentlemen. You know, everybody was riding smart, riding crazy, borderline psychotic. But at the end of the day, it was nothing but professionals. This is a moment that I'll cherish for the rest of my life.